Godzilla is one of the most iconic and recognizable characters of all time, with their many, many films, sequels, spin-offs, games, TV shows, and toys. They're everywhere, with a dozen references being referenced every single day. A few years ago, I decided to educate myself on this much beloved character, realizing how important they are to Japan and cinema as a whole, until 2014 when the Americans got to it, when I imagine left a lot of Japan with a big Godzilla-sized hole in their hearts. When I got into Godzilla, I really, really got into Godzilla. I wanted to consume a new piece of Godzilla media and content every day. I don't know what it is about it. I love the perfect mix of campy, cheap, old monster fights and general character development. Today I'll be ranking every Godzilla film that I have seen worst to best. To start off with, the Godzilla continuity is confusing. It's sometimes a huge turn-off for me when it comes to a film series. When a crew makes a shit film and realize it, instead of learning from their mistakes, they just make a brand new timeline. I think it probably started with the bloody Halloween franchise when they make a shit film and go, nuh-uh, nuh-uh, not canon anymore. I think it's a dumb, lazy way to continue a series. Godzilla, though, I think gets away with it slightly, having three different main timelines but really separate themselves from the time periods. There's Showa, there's Heisei Millennium. I'll be ranking all of them and more with the many spin-offs, reboots and sequels. So, let's begin. We've got the tiers here. We're probably going to rename them as we go along because letters are boring. We're going to start off with the original 1954 Godzilla, which is, okay, it's obviously S tier. It's such a perfect anti-war monster film. It's my favorite monster film. It's my favorite film from the 50s. It's my favorite black and white film. It's just a masterpiece. And I don't want to be one of those people to think the Godzilla series really went downhill after the original. Even though none of the films are really going to reach the point of the original Godzilla. Every other film is important and special in their own way. So, let's rename this to Gojira, I suppose, which was the original title until the American remake, the really weird American remake called Godzilla King of the Monsters, not to be confused with Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is another American remake from the 2010s. They kind of just take away everything good about this film and make it very Americanized. That's kind of where the name Godzilla came from, because it was originally Gojira. So yeah, this is Gojira too. Even though they're not really, no other film is going to get there, I still think all of these films have their own unique specialities to them. This is also when people always ask me, not always, but people sometimes ask me, like, because I'm a big Godzilla fan, where to start? Just start here, because this branches out into the three main timelines, so this is the start of each timeline anyway. It gets confusing. I'm gonna go by timelines, by the way. I'm not gonna go, like, worst to best like I usually do. I'm just gonna go by the different continuities. So start off with Showa. This is Godzilla Raids Again. Kind of cheap sequel, but it introduced Anguirus. It has a very diverse landscape. I really like it. Not really. I like it a little bit. It's cute and campy. Another cute and campy film, which don't think would ever should have been made, was King Kong versus Godzilla. I like the Godzilla suit. It's kind of where my praise ends. I have the NECA of this film. I really, really like it. I also got it for free. So I can't really complain. Although I do really like it. But I did learn to like the suit design once I got my free NECA. Then we've got Mothra versus Godzilla. This film, immediate S tier, no questions asked. this is where my headcanon starts, that Godzilla is in a gay, loving, lesbian relationship with Mothra. Because she becomes more of a heroic figure once this film once this film comes to an end. Wait, was King Kong? I think King Kong vs Godzilla was in color. Either that or Mothra was the first. And then we got this isn't an invasion, is it? This is Ghidorah, three-headed monster. Very, very iconic film. Maybe even S tier. Very iconic. I love it. This is when the original creator was back because he hated the sequel so much. He just wanted to make good Godzilla films again. So yeah, this you can see where it gets good again. Yeah, it's very iconic. Invasion of Astro-Monster isn't very. It's not very. How do I put this? It's not important to watch because it has nothing to do with Godzilla. Really, it's not. It's just kind. It's kind of like a spin-off. We're in the same timeline. There's also Rodan and Mothra what you can watch. Those films are really good, which aren't sadly on this list. Because I'm guessing if I type in Kaiju tier list, there's gonna be a whole lot I have not seen. But yeah, Mothra and Rodan and Invasion of Astro-Monsters are three films. What you can watch. They're not very important to watch, but you can watch if you've gotten that big into Godzilla. This film. What the fuck is this film? This is Ebirah, I think, Horror from the Deep, which was meant to be a King Kong film. Yeah, you kind of dipped in quality a little later, but it's okay. This is Son of Godzilla. Yeah, you can tell this was supposed to be a King Kong film in really awkward ways. The Son of God. I should know. I think it goes down here. This is a cute, campy film. It's pretty short, like 1 hour, 10 minutes or so. Son of Godzilla is a fucking chore to get through. I can't lie. Oh, I hate Milner so much. I hate him so much. Well, yeah. If you really just care about Godzilla timelines and you just want to get through a film, you can watch up to Ghidorah. And then get to, I think this is Destroy Your Monsters. Yeah, then you can just get straight to Destroy Your Monsters if you want. But before we got that, we've got All Monsters Attack, which is not canon. It's not canon. You can't say it's canon. It's not canon. Don't say it's canon. Please don't say it's canon. It's not canon. It all takes place in a fucking child's dream. It's not canon. Then this is another non-canon film. I say it's non-canon because it doesn't really make sense with the Destroyer Monsters continuity, along with there's Ghidorah, which I honestly think is really good. Even though it's not really part of a continuity, I do really like it. It's got the same themes as the original, but more modern and updated. And then there's these two films. What were they called? Megalon and Gigan. Yeah, they can just die. This is gonna be Megalon and Gigan tier. Yeah, I don't like these films. And then we've got Godzilla vs Mechagodzilla, which I love, and Terror of Mechagodzilla, which I still like, but it's not as good as the original. Honestly, I think it's gonna move that up a little bit. Yeah. Even Terror of Mechagodzilla, the sequel, even though it's really not as good as the original, it's got maybe one of my favorite shots, maybe my favorite shot from all of Godzilla, all of Showa Godzilla. Just the final shot is just absolutely stunning of Godzilla walking into the ocean. It's really a nice send-off of the Showa era. But it's not the end of the Showa continuity because this is actually the finale, even though it came out 1969, I think. And Terror is from 1974, I think. But yeah, about 10 years later, they reboot the series in the Heisei era of Japan. And they start off with this pretty dull, quite boring introduction to the character, really telling the viewers that this is a brand new continuity. Then they come back with this absolute fucking gem I love this. This is fantastic. Um, Although I'm not a big fan of the way Godzilla looks at this point. I love all the Showa suits. Not a huge fan of the Heisei looks. Kind of looks like a dog. Godzilla does. At least it does not make the mistake of calling Godzilla a he in the Millennium era. A lot of people call Godzilla a he. No. Even if it's not canon, it's in my canon. Godzilla lays an egg. In the next film, not the next film. This is the Ghidorah. This is the bring back of Ghidorah, which I like this one. No, okay, yes, I really like this one. It's a campy, silly time travel film. It's just I just didn't like the rewrite of the history of Ghidorah. It's just a failed science experiment, which is just quite lame when the original is this big three-headed monster who attacks and invades planets. That's cool. Why did they ruin it for Heisei? Is it forgettable? I think definitely not the worst of Heisei, but it is just kind of forgettable. I'm really sorry. Which Mothra is my second favorite kaiju, but yeah, her comeback is a bit forgettable. Mechagodzilla, the Heisei Mechagodzilla, which confuses the hell out of a lot of people because it has a 2 at the end of Western titles, of Western releases, which really confuse people trying to get into Godzilla because this has nothing to do with the original. So I just call it Heisei Mechagodzilla. This is the film I was talking about where Godzilla lays an egg. Making my head canon that Godzilla is a woman. And if I say Godzilla is a male in the Showa era, that just messes up my head canon that she's in a gay loving relationship with Mothra. Just makes sense in my head. It's so dumb. The director of House, 70s Japanese horror film, which is weird that I've mentioned that film twice in two videos in a row. But anyway, the director of House was supposed to continue the Heisei era, from what I've heard, and he made comics. I think they're publicly released, but where Godzilla is canonically a woman. So I'm just gonna say they're meant to be a woman. They're made to be a woman. Yeah, this film has a lot of heart to it. It's heartwarming. It's wonderful, but no, if Ghidorah gets to go up there, so does Mechagodzilla. Although I hate the design of Mechagodzilla in this. I think it's shite. Next up, we've got Space Godzilla. Fuck you. Then the nice send off of the Heisei era, Heisei continuity. At least it wasn't like Showa where it had the finale and then spin-offs what take place before the finale. This ends at Destroyer, which isn't pronounced Destroyer because of copyright reasons. I think it's pronounced like Destroyer. I don't know. I love this film. Destroyer's a fucking cunt though. I hate Destroyer. I'm fast forward if you don't want to hear any spoilers, but Destroyer kills off Godzilla's child, makes Godzilla watch, and then kills Godzilla. Then Godzilla Jr. revives and sees his dead fucking dad. Mother, fuck. It destroys me. This film destroys me. I cannot go through it without crying. It's so sad. And this is when the Americans get to Godzilla, making a fucking miserable reboots. Yeah, this is just its own separate timeline. It doesn't even get a sequel. It was that much of a flop. Which is weirdly, I know one too many people whose introduction was this film. So if it wasn't for this film, those people I know would have never gotten into Godzilla. Very weird film to start off with, but yeah, it's bad. What film is this? Is this supposed to be 2000? I've never seen this post before. Oh my god, wait, that's another VHS cover, I'm pretty sure. I have a Mechagodzilla. It looks like the Mechagodzilla VHS. So I'm guessing this is the VHS cover. Yeah, this is Godzilla 2000. S tier is getting very crowded. I just really like this character. Yeah, Godzilla 2000 is just fun and charming. I really like it. It's shot really well for some reason. Weirdly shot really well. Sometimes it reminds me of Wes Anderson. But I know Wes Anderson is a big Godzilla nerd and was influenced by a lot of Godzilla films. I'm guessing around the original and the 2000 films. Then there's Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, which may be my favorite design of Godzilla ever. Which also leads into my second headcanon, which I disagree with, which I disagree with sometimes. But it would be so good if this was canon, if it wasn't for Godzilla 2000 explaining how this is a different continuity at the beginning, because Godzilla's green. Godzilla is green in this, and also a man in this, which also makes sense. So Godzilla Jr. is green in the Heisei era. I think that's Godzilla Jr. on the poster right there. No, Godzilla's tiny in Mechagodzilla. Okay, it's not on here. I'll put him on the screen. Godzilla Jr. is green with slightly purple plates on his back. I think. I think that might be wild. And then a few years later, Godzilla shows up, like with a big purple tint on his skin with purple plates. So this could be Godzilla Jr., but this fucking film obviously decides to open with a full explanation of how this is a different continuity and only branches off the original, which is sad because I would have loved this to be a spin-off series for Godzilla Jr. That would have been incredible. That would have been really, really good. So if we just cut off like the explanation of 2000, we can just pretend this is Godzilla Jr. Because I love the purple tint. No, the green tint, I mean. And the purple plates. I think it was just wonderful. If I had a nickel for every time an iconic character had a redesign which was green, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that happened twice. It's just amazing. I love the design. I have a little figure behind me. It's quite a cheap figure. I got him second hand for like £12, but still, it's a great figure. I would love one of those Monster Arch figures, but they're fucking expensive, aren't they? Next up, we've got these lot, which I'm going to be honest, I have not seen. I think this is Tokyo SOS, which is on my watch list. I've heard SOS is very good, but none of these films actually branch off any continuity. What I've heard, these are just fun, campy Godzilla films, which are just made for people who just want to see big monster fights with hardly any like human shit, which I kind of don't fuck with. So, but I've heard Tokyo SOS is very good. I think I'm pointing at the right one. And then we've got this film. Oh, 2014. Why did Bryan Cranston and Sally Hawkins agree to be in this? This film's awful. This film's terrible. No one knew how to control lighting. No one knew about lighting. It's shot like shit, and it's too gritty. It got the Batman treatment. I think it's Batman's fault. Because although I do like The Dark Knight and Batman Begins, they're just too gritty for Batman. Batman's supposed to be, not joyous, but whimsical, really. And then Zack Snyder just made it even worse by making it even shitter and grittier. And then the Batman came out, which was full grittiness. which I just don't like for Batman, and I think that kind of pushed onto Godzilla with the influence of The Dark Knight. Oh, Batman Begins. No, not Batman Begins. Dark Knight Rises sucks. I'm just. Oh my god, no. I'm just reminded of that film. I hate. This video is full of emotion. I hate The Dark Knight Rises. Maybe that's for another video. Then there's Shin Godzilla, which I know so many people fuck with. I like it. It's good. I'm not a big fan of the Godzilla design, really. That's kind of my only what's the word? What's the opposite of praise? Nitpick, I suppose. My only nitpick about this film is that I just don't like the way Godzilla looks. But yeah, it's a modern adaptation of the original Godzilla, not including any continuity. And then there's these lot. I've not seen any of these lot. I've heard they're awful. And Godzilla has like 20 minutes of screen time throughout all three. There's Godzilla Monsters. What was it? Hate this film. Yeah, the sequel to the Godzilla 2014, starting of the stupid MonsterVerse continuity timeline. I hate the MonsterVerse. I don't know what that is. What the hell is that? I don't recognize that cover. What's this? What is this? What is Legacy of Monsters? Anyway, yeah, I refuse to watch the other MonsterVerse. I have not seen Godzilla vs Kong or Godzilla X Kong. My God, this pisses me off so much. Godzilla. This film's existence irritates me. I'm gonna be honest. When I say I like Godzilla, people think of these shitty American remakes. I hate them. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna leave them alone now. And go to the last film on this tier list, which is Godzilla -1, which is just an absolutely stunning masterpiece. Don't like it quite as much as the original, but it's a stunning masterpiece. Again, with the same with Shin, it's got no continuity to any timeline. The Godzilla -1 is just amazing. It has what's her name, Sakura Ando in it, which an actress I love, I absolutely adore. So it was a huge, big, happy surprise to see her in this. This film is just beautiful. I don't know where to start with it. I don't know if I should start off about it because it would be like the biggest ramble of a video. Maybe I should just leave it here. But yeah, go out and watch Godzilla -1. If you want to get into Godzilla, the best way to start, I think, is view the original and go down the timeline continuity route and watch all of these, or just watch Godzilla -1, because Godzilla -1 just gives you everything. Although it's kind of missing the joy and whimsy of the later Showa sequels, but yeah, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing, because this film is not supposed to be joy and whimsy. Yeah, it's a very effective anti-war film. It's practically a remake of the original. Well, obviously, it feels like a love letter to Godzilla, where the American remakes just feel like tat and slop. Oh my god, no, I hate that poster. Why does Godzilla not have a neck? Why does she not have a neck? Why is she running like that? Godzilla shouldn't run. Godzilla shouldn't run like that. Stop it. So really annoys me. And I don't really have any interest in King Kong either. I just really like this silly radioactive lizard guy. Yeah, this is my final tier list. I haven't renamed them. I should rename them. It's going to be Awesome Sauce, Epic Sauce, pretty good, pretty cool. What emoji should I use? I have one in mind, but slight. Pretty cool. a little film, I think. And then, um, uh, uh, and then this one, this tier, yeah. I may need to put some of these down a little bit. This is a fun, campy. Okay, this definitely needs to be moved down if that's going down. Shut it. Yeah, this is it's a fun, campy, time travel film. This also, I don't think, or Mechagodzilla, to be honest. Yeah, not Mechagodzilla. Just to move down a little. Um, maybe this one. No, I love the heart of this film. If you're going into Godzilla for like, um, this maybe has the best character development of one of the best films for character development. So if you want to watch good, heartwarming moments, you should watch this and completely avoid Space Godzilla. You can generally just skip out Space Godzilla. That's nothing important. Where is Space Godzilla? Oh, there's Space Godzilla. You don't need to watch it. It doesn't say anything important. You can go straight from I think Mothra was previous film, or no, it's Mechagodzilla. You can go straight to Mechagodzilla to destroy it if you want. It's really unimportant. But yeah, this is a final tier list, I think. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. My opinions tend to change over time. I don't know how it does go down a little bit. But yes, this is my tier list. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Comment stuff about Godzilla.